Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your finale general monthly reading here at the Power of Three and Me. Um, will the channel be gone? No, but the general monthly readings, as I've said in the last little while, I was considering because the numbers. For instance, I started with Virgo this month. Today, lunchtime, 10 views. Check at 4 o'clock, 8 views. I'm can't even begin to tell you how tired I am. And another one had a view went up today and then it just goes away the same day. I'm just really tired of it. So the generals are done and the word from the Holy Spirit will also be I I don't know. So uh Gemini, this will be your last word that I know of or aware of the near distant future anyway. And starting next year I will just be doing generals, lumping you with your other two elements. So there will be four kicks in the head for me every month instead of 12. Okay? So here we go with your word from the Holy Spirit for December 2025. Gemini, I am the Prince of Peace. As I said to my disciples, I say also to you, peace be with you. Since I am your constant companion, my peace is steadfastly with you. When you keep your focus on me, you experience both my presence and my peace. Worship me as King of Kings, Lord of Lords, and Prince of Peace. You need my peace each moment to accomplish my purpose in your life. Sometimes you are tempted to take shortcuts in order to reach your goal as quickly as possible. But if the shortcut requires turning your back on my peaceful presence, you must choose the longest route. Walk with me along paths of peace. Enjoy the journey in my presence. Let's see what comes out. Start your finale reading, and it's also the finale of the year, right? It's at the end of 2025. For Gemini, what do they need to know? My father gives you the true bread from heaven. I'm looking at the bread. It's dried out with nothing on it, like that manna bread or whatever. Um, Look at the look on his face, though. It's like, this is what we're told. Isn't this great? I'm supposed to be thankful for eating this dry, rock hard stuff because that's all that God thinks of me is just to give me crumbs. And, I, I can't help but pick up on that. Um, Maybe questioning as you're eating all you have to eat, why God thinks just so very much of you to give you next to nothing. Ooh, this is going to be fun. I've got a little extra bonus here for you. It's little love affirmations that I'm going to put on this reading for you, Gemini. And also, your clarifier is the pot tarot. And the reason for that, this time anyway, specific reason is because a Gemini gifted that tarot deck to me. So I figured it was appropriate for your finale, for your own general monthly readings. It breaks my heart, but I've cried myself out over it. And just, I have to think about me as well, right? So it's over and done with now. The decision's made, so it is what it is. We're giving you a blessing from the Blessed Bee for your overall energy for December 2025. So, what blessing? Okay. A blessing on your wisdom. See, Starting to question things, starting to question how loving a God could be that would only provide you with dry, rock hard bread to eat. You better be thankful for it or else. Hmm. Supporting energy is coming from the moon manifestation oracle. So let's see what comes out of here before we say any more. For the sign of Gemini, December 2025, for their highest good, please. What is the supporting energy? Holy mackerel. Sorry, Gemini. Zach is like literally freaking out here. All right, here we go. You got full moon in Leo, go wild. Okay, this is right along the line of what I've been trying to say to people, as the truth has become clear to me. A blessing on your wisdom. You need to be fearless. You are the power, Gemini. A blessing on your wisdom, because that true bread from heaven doesn't seem like I'm almost stuck for words, and I think you are too. There's something very wrong with being treated by God in a way that you wouldn't treat your own children. And you think to yourself, if me as a human can have compassion, why is God so harsh? Why does he expect us to be thankful for less than what we worked for and less than what we've earned? Go wild, as you are blessed with wisdom that can free you. Let's see what comes out of this pot tarot here for the sign of Gemini. Whoops. Okay. All right. December 2025. What does Gemini need to know for their highest good? Right. Many. Okay, so that's weird because it's the same card. It's just that there was a whole bunch behind it. And but see, if it's meant to be, it will come back to you. So this is the four of wands, which is four of joints. It's your home, your stability. Okay, what about it? Two of uh swords, two of pipes. Which one? Which one do I use? Which one do I give away? Which one do I keep? Which one do I do first? Which one do I try first? Whatever the question is, it's like I suppose it doesn't really matter. Hard to know whether, it's just one of those things. It's like, I don't know. You don't have all the info. A blessing on your wisdom. Maybe it matters because one of these pipes has got something in it that will make you not feel well. Might give you a headache, might make you dizzy. I don't know. Maybe it's something that maybe there's something added to it. You know what I mean? Maybe somebody laced one of them and one of them's pure and fine. But which one? Which one is it? Maybe you know that. Maybe you question whether somebody did something to one of them. So which one do you take? Because, I mean, this is getting creepier as I go, but all right, you get the point, right? Now you make the wrong choice. That could rattle your stability, right? Maybe you got to go to work in the morning because you can't afford to not be there. And if you make the wrong choice there, you might be sick. The hermit fell out. Bottom of the deck. The Page of Cups. I'm almost picking up on for some of you this might be like a new friendship with somebody and they're very different and they're maybe making you go out when you didn't usually. Maybe you were always been a hermit, but this person is getting you out and about and getting you to try new things, which maybe some of those things you shouldn't try. Um, because we have stability here. We have blessing on your wisdom. We have the true bread from heaven. Um, isn't that good? So somebody might be giving you the best information they can about this stuff, but really, what do they know? They only know what they were told, right? So they might not be giving you the right information, but it might not even be intentional. A new friendship that maybe takes off, like, see how the fish is taking off and getting back to its element. This might be a friendship that does that very thing. That's why the hermit's here. Maybe you might have a couple nights out with this person and realize that this is just not your league of things and fun. You don't find it fun to be around that kind of stuff, I feel. But you live and learn, is what I just heard. I just did this ass backwards. That is really weird. And I suppose meant to be. But to be honest with you, this is not the main spread. That was your clarifier, and I jumped and used it, but it's meant to be. And maybe that's where we're getting the storyline, and we wouldn't have got the storyline out of the one that is supposed to be for the main spread, and that is the shadow scheme. So that's okay. That's okay. These things happen, right? And there's a reason for them. So now we will just. I'm just letting you know. I mean, I could have done this, and you wouldn't have been any of the wiser, but I'm not like that. And I want you to know that. So maybe there is something very relevant with this pot tarot. Maybe it is about pot or drugs of some sort or a new friend that's involved in things that you wouldn't normally be. And maybe you didn't know that. You didn't have the wisdom. That's why you need the wisdom. You need the knowledge about what this person's really about and who they're really linked to and what they're getting you caught up in if you continue on. And that's why I feel like we have the fish jumping back out and be like, see, he's heading back for the ocean or the lake or whatever, right? Back where he belongs. He doesn't belong inside that bomb. Under the Four of Wands, please, for Gemini. Yeah. The Knight of Wands. It's one of those things that, you meet somebody, you hit it off, they invite you out, and you have to accept or not, right? And maybe you're thinking, well, I never go anywhere. Nobody, I don't really have, this is my opportunity maybe to get out, meet some new people. But Knight of Wands is, it's like, okay, it's like, that person that you can't, that boyfriend or girlfriend that never calls you when they're supposed to, and they don't stick to their word all the time, and you really don't know whether you can rely on them to be there for you because they're worried about 10 other different groups of friends and they got a bunch of stuff going on, and you really don't know what the Knight of Wands has got going on because he's always got something going on somewhere. And he never really sticks to anything. He never really commits. It's just about having a good time. So this fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, which you see, we have that here with the lion here and go wild. Also, Leo energy, fire energy. This person is I feel one of those people that can talk you into doing something because they just have a dynamic personality that, makes things sound fun and hey, it'll be fine. It's cool. We're good. I got your back. No worries, that kind of thing. So you give it a try, but the more you find out, you realize this person maybe hasn't been completely honest. Let's see. The world. See, it's about your stability. If you make one wrong, stupid, silly choice just out of sheer ignorance, it could change your entire world. It could rock your stability. And I think something in you, Gemini, is telling you that. Like this is not like as soon as you put yourself in this scenario with this new friend, you take their word for things, alarm bells are going off and you're ignoring them and they're going off louder. See what comes in under the hermit. Because it'll just be, if you make that wrong choice or you get something that's laced with something, it could be the end of you. All over what, right? Trying to hold on to a new friend or try and be, accepted by people that, I don't know, are flighty. Under the hermit, please. Oh boy. Oh, I gotta take them all. You got Ace of Cups, Temperance, Eight of Cups, and the Empress. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Swords. It's here twice. True bread from heaven. Truth. So that's at the bottom of the deck. And you've got the beginning of love, divine timing, Eight of Cups, and the Empress. So what I'm getting here, Gemini, is this person might be showing up at a time when you are getting over a breakup. Okay. And this is why you've been in hermit mode. And they're saying, like, hey, you have been hiding away way too long because you are almost in mourning over, a breakup with your empress. Okay. This is what's motivating the friendship. It seems like it starts with the Ace of Cups. They mean well. It's not good to just go home and sit there and stare at the TV or, you know what I mean? Like, you need to get out and meet people, so you meet somebody new. It's all intended for, um, you know, seemingly the right reasons. But with, with temperance, it's like I say, it's that timing of, yeah, you probably should maybe try to heal, but not like that. Not around people like that. Not get involved with that and get addicted to something that could ruin your life or kill you. Um, you know, so this Empress energy is also maybe your Empress is gone. They've walked away. You've broken up. It might not be forever, and maybe that's what keeps you from going too far with this because what if something happened? What if they came back? Maybe that keeps you going. What if your Empress comes back? You want to be all up on drugs? Do you want to be a mess? Do you want to be ready to receive them back? I think you want to be ready to receive them back. So I just feel like this is just one of those things. You're not doing anything wrong, but you need to follow those, listen to those alerts going off. Okay. Because everything about it described to you is, yes, it seems great. The person cares. You need to get out, but not like that. Not doing those things. And I think it's that hope that what if the Empress comes back to me? I want to be ready. I want to be better than I was when they left. I want to, you know what I mean? Like, this is what I feel. So, before we clarify, which we're using the power of three, we're going to get some love affirmations here for you. So, The blessing on your wisdom with Go Wild. We have reclaim your power and regain your freedom. Meaning this is what's being thrown at you, okay? As a logical thing to say to somebody to help them heal. No, you shouldn't stay in hermit mode. Reclaim your power and regain your freedom. Yes, this is what's go wild. This is what the Knight of Wands is saying to you. Okay? Under the Four of Wands. Putting it out there that you're quite the catch. Maybe you've got your own home or you've got your own business and you're very stable. So, but you, I feel, want your Empress back. Uh, Knight of Wands under the Four of Wands for Gemini. You are a beautiful soul. See? Right. You're a beautiful soul. That's right. And you're being led down the wrong path for seemingly the right reasons. The world under the Two of Swords, or that Two of Pipes, which is what it is in this deck. A love affirmation for Gemini, please. Oh, this deck is unruly. I am higher, much more is, no, sorry. That looks funny to me because they spelled the first letter in a different color for some stupid reason, so I didn't even see it at first. Aim higher. Does that make more sense? Aim higher, much more is possible. Again, this is that Two of Swords where it's like, you know, maybe even it's some sort of a game that these people play where, yes, one is, okay, okay, I'm good. Okay, they're giving me the perfect example. Okay, so you understand the scenario that I feel Gemini is in. If any of you have ever seen the movie Dirty Grandpa, um, the grandfather's just like wild, okay? And you would think the grandfather does have the good best intentions for this kid, but this kid is like been conditioned to be a certain way. So by mid or mid three quarters through the movie, he's running around in a party because he drank a drink in a drinking contest, like, and the grandfather put pills in the drink, but it was for the other guy on the other team to drink, but he knew the grandson grabbed it and he knew it and he just went crazy afterwards. And he wasn't really worried about it, but then he ended up at a party and there was this also, if you've seen again the scene in the movie, the guy that sells the drugs to everybody and he runs a shop. He's crazy. I can't remember what his name is. But he shows up at the party and he's got two pipes and he's like, "Oh, this one's weed." And he wasn't sure. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm sure." And then he smokes it, takes a big haul off it, and then he's like, so he's like, "Oh, wait a minute, no." Oh, Pam. His name was Pam. Oh, you just smoked a bunch of crack. You know what I mean? And then he's like, he was so messed up on those pills that he's like, gotta smoke crack. Like it was like, again, if you haven't seen the movie, watch it. It's called Dirty Grandpa. So, like a lot of you have probably seen it and you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, does this guy want to be like this or continue like this? No. But the grandfather means well in order to get him out of a relationship that he knows he won't be happy in, and a lifestyle he won't be happy in. So this is a little bit different in the sense that this is a friend that's come along that's trying to help you get over your love of your life walking out of your life, but you're hanging on to the fact that you would like that to get back, not to go down some road that you can never come back from. 1 second. Hi, Gemini. Okay, yeah, that was quite the phone call. I got called into work, so this is actually the next day. It's not your imagination. But you know what? The reading's still here. I got up and had to get ready and I left it. Um, so we're gonna finish this. But what happened last night was unforeseeable and it was random. It's this night of wants, okay? It's now or never. Something happened, I had to go to work. I didn't have to, but they needed me to, and it's like I'm in the middle of doing this, right? Um, I just called in the morning to get my hours, and I no, okay. I paused this. I went. Um, that's part of this energy. Going wild, like just kind of going with the flow because you met somebody new that's trying to get you out of your breakup funk kind of thing. So we were doing love affirmations when that call came in. Aim higher, much more is possible. Okay, much more is possible than that Two of Swords where you're deciding which one of those pipes might do you in. Might be the and do you in. No, show you no, no, I don't mean that, but it might do you in the fact that you might not be recognizable if you continue down that path with this person and these things that should be acceptable to them. Um, it's get addicted to something that is just going to ruin you, right? That kind of thing. So we're going to continue now with the Hermit, and remember, this is kind of where you are at. The Ace of Cups, Temperance, Divine Timing, Eight of Cups, and then um, this is what has got you in the Hermit mode. We know that you want and hope that this Empress will come back, but you don't want to be unrecognizable if they do. You don't know if they are, but that's what you lay your hopes in. In the meantime, you've got somebody saying it's not healthy for you to do that. But it's really not healthy to do what is down the path. Be yourself and you will warm people's hearts. And that person's heart that you want to melt, we know is the Emperor. So I think that your advice here, if it hasn't sunk in yet, is remember this as well. Page no, this has been real interesting, but it's really not my me. It's like something knows if you continue with this offer and continue down the path with this Knight of Wands, whoever they are, friend at work, whatever. Somebody that's, like I said, explained earlier, yesterday in this video, dynamic, they're very convincing, it'll be great, it'll be fun, whatever. Gemini, I feel like you are on the right side of things here and you're going to make the right decision. We're going to get your advice, though, from the power of three. And being as this is about hoping an Empress comes back, I have a feeling that this is going to help you. For the sign of Gemini, hanging on to the energy that we started yesterday, advice on a blessing on your wisdom with the full moon and Leo go wild, reclaim your power, and regain your freedom. See? Waiting for a sign, you want me. You're not sure if they do or they ever will, but um, you can't stay stuck, but you can't fix it by the suggestions of this Knight of Wands. So it's finding that happy balance, that happy place where you can objectively be open to the Empress coming back, but not holding up your in the meantime. Okay. Let's continue on here with the Knight of Wands under the Four of Wands. See, you are a beautiful soul, and here's your confirmation. I know who I want. Like, it's not ultimately up to this person. They can have their opinion, but I feel like for this reading to help you, Gemini, you have to find that proper space to go into where you can still be hopeful for the Empress to return. Be the best version of you in the meantime. And the best version of you is not, absolutely not, going down the path that this Knight of Wands, this friend, is taking you. The World card under the Two of Pipes, which is the Two of Swords. Aim higher, much more is possible. You took way too long. I've moved on. You see, Gemini, you might find that you will be okay without the Empress. That's the case. Down the road, give it a chance, you give yourself a chance. And don't get caught up down with this Knight of Wands money of yours, whoever they are, because you will aim higher and you are capable of much, much more. Even with what you had with the Empress, you just need to realize that. You need to, I'm not saying that it's bad if they come back. It's great. But what isn't great is for you to hold yourself up from moving on, moving forward, and possibly having to let go of that Empress forever. I think once you get there to that point, you will be okay with that. You will realize that is okay. You might not be there now, but you will get there. And with this whole Ace, Temperance, Eight of Cups, Empress under the Hermit, be yourself, and you will warm people's hearts. Where did we get? Is there another chance for me? So this, you see, look at be yourself, and you will warm people's hearts, right? The Empress is going to come back to you. 2-2, number 2-2. Is there another chance for me? You see, but that's only going to happen, I feel, when you shift your energy into knowing that you will be okay if the love of your life doesn't come back to you. Even though that's not how you want it to turn out, you have to find that space where you will be okay. You'll be happy, you'll move on, and you will be able to objectively let it go without maybe stopping loving them, but you'll be able to lift yourself higher and above all the emotions. And I have to, this feeling, I have to, fall into sadness. And no, you don't. You really, really don't. You really, really, really do not. And I think, again, you know that. Ace of Swords, yes, we not forget. This thing has been, don't be surprised because everything for this reading has been asked backwards. And it's probably going to be a good title. I will never admit the truth. Whoops. Now this could be your Empress, right now, not admitting that they really do want to come back or they made a mistake leaving. Okay. And this also could be your buddy, your friend, your pal that's trying to lead you down a path, but they're not being honest about what kind of path that is. Okay. We're closing out December's finale reading with the power of love. Um, being honest with everybody, I wanted to use the E deck, and for the life of me, cannot find the book. That's the one deck you have to. It's not the only one. There's very few decks here that I need the book or ever even look at it. But that one you do. And I recently just used it. Can't find that book to save myself. Can't do it. It's nowhere. And it's not going to be outside of this room, so you can't find it anywhere. So we're using the power of love. For the sign of Gemini, for their finale reading, December 2025. Responsibility. You are aware of the power of your thoughts and the amount of love you express. It's a good word to describe how you must function, right? Responsibly, making decisions responsibly, even if some of them are based on emotions, right? You got to do the right thing. So, Gemini, it's been a very strange reading. And again, this is your final general monthly reading just for your sign. You will now be lumped with the other two air signs. So, in January. So, um, wishing you a happy holiday season, Merry Christmas, um, that kind of thing. Happy New Year, right? I will see you in the new year for an elemental general reading for you guys. So take care of yourself, Gemini. See you again. Bye.